This time at Home Spec Inspections, getting to an inspection this morning, 8419 Blue Grandma Court. Getting started here, I don't know what time it is here, about 8:45. It's an ASHI inspection. ASHI is the American Society of Home Inspectors. A copy of ASHI Standards of Practice is given with the home inspection contract and is the contract. What we're looking for here, hopefully there aren't any, but what we're looking for is any major electromechanical structural problems that may dissuade a buyer from buying the property. Major issues. Issues that an electrician, a plumber, a furnace person, or a structural engineer might pick up. Okay? And then if we do find issues with those 4 different systems, then we have the electrician, the plumber, the roofer, the window guy, the furnace guy, air conditioning guy come out to further evaluate. Not to find out if there's a problem, but to find out how much it's going to cost to fix and the different opinions and ways to fix it. Okay? We're going to know it's a problem, but as far as fixing it, there's different opinions, methods, costs, materials. I don't do that. That's contractor stuff. So generally, if it's big enough and bad enough, you further evaluate it with the expert in whatever field that is. Okay? It's not a cosmetic nickel and dime inspection. I'm not looking for holes in screens or dandelions. Okay? Looking for major issues that may dissuade you from buying the property. Okay, much of the roof's all encapsulated or covered with snow, so we're going to absolutely not know anything underneath there. What we're going to do is we're going to guess what the rest of the roof looks like, and hopefully this part looks like it. It's like you might have some ice damming here. Basically, ice freezes on the bottom and the water backs up underneath the shingles. Okay, and I'd probably cut this big old tree a little bit more off your roof too. People consider these holes, hell, they're not, they're blisters. All kind of blisters. That basically means the shingles reached the end of its useful life and should really be replaced. Plus, it's a shingle over, so it may or may not. I mean, certifications don't mean anything, so don't get tied up too much in those. They're full of debris. They're probably rusted out too. We'll look at that later on. They're not sloped right now. This is all plugged up. They're smaller gutters, so when you get your bucks, you need to get some new gutters too. Yeah, these granules are falling right out from underneath my feet. It's actually a dangerous roof to be on. So the roof, the shingles are being toasted, cooked. They're done. It's time for new shingles. Same story with these. These are pretty much at the end of their useful lives. So what you can do, you can get a roofer out here or your insurance company out here and see if they're going to be okay with this roof. And knowing this here with this lack of snow melt here, ice damming, I'm probably going to put ice shield underneath here when you put your new roof on. It's like a little bit of leaking here. I think it's leaking over top the shingles though. Probably because they're all plugged up. Right here is make sure the homeowner can get in. You got 100 amps coming in. The breaker box is fine. You got a little bit of room there for, I don't know. It's nothing wrong with this. It's a wimpy service. It's only 100 amps. Negatively sloped into the house frost-free spigot. So if this freezes in the winter, I told you about it. You need to slope it away is your best thing to do. Alright, so this porch here probably used to be concrete and looks like it's kind of got some structural issue with its bowing there. And I don't see a caisson underneath here. You got a caisson there. Then they're taking the water and dumping it right next to the caisson. Not a good idea. You can actually see how it's probably moved. It's that little 4x4 post up off the deck. It's probably settled. That's probably a support post too. Again, this is just news for you. Those skim coat protection for these things don't work. They peel right off. Like you're going to have a little ice and snow build up here. This is settled here. As you know, you can mud jack that if you want. You have ponding water here. Looks right in front of your house too. Landscape timbers are lotted out here. The retaining wall actually looks pretty good, surprisingly. They do have a dead man here, so they probably have some kind of tiebacks there. Put your new roof on, they'll probably put some more soffit vents in here, which you need. Your gutters away from your house, downspouts, I wouldn't put them underground. Then you need to slope the dirt a little bit away from the house here. Keep the water out of the crawl space basement. So you see that looks like an active leak up there on there in the garage from improper flashing from your roof. You need new roof anyway, in my opinion. At least they use real wood. That's leaking up there too. See the water stains right there? See it? All through there. Yeah, that's bad wiring. That's after build or wiring. Wow, they put it right on the cover plate. Do you see that? See that? They clamped it right on there. Didn't even put it in a hole. So that's not done by an electrician. Like I say, who knows what they did behind the wall. A little bit more water staining in the garage here. So I'd certainly consider a new roof. Lots of stored goods in the garage here. Makes it pretty difficult to inspect behind all this stuff. Where the light is, there it is. You know, the water staining there too. This is probably dripping when you get your driving rain and snow through the gable vent there. You can put a snow screen over that if you want. I guess they have better gable vents than that. I'm not real worried about that. After what, 30, 40 years, a little bit of water stain in there.
Yeah, I mean that's bound to happen.
Yeah, it happens. It happens in the attic just like that. It's kind of like, who cares? Big gaps in the garage door closure. That's how you get your mice in the house. I see mice dropping. You get it right to see that big hole there? Probably have one on the other side too. Door is code to have it self-close. It's supposed to self-close. It doesn't. You're supposed to have a tip-over device for your stove. You don't have one, so if you get munchkins in here, they stand on here and pull the whole thing over on themselves. Got some little bit of efflorescence, they call it, here on your garbage disposal. That looks like it may still be leaking. Put GFIs in the kitchen. Like old original windows here, they got a broken vapor seal here. You might want to consider windows. Yeah, slow drain, you probably need to get that cleaned out. I wouldn't use those chemicals, they don't work. Slow drain, okay? Really slow drain. Bunch of water stains up here in the attic. Like I say, we don't know if we know they're past leaks. Are they present or current leaks? Don't know. Anyway. I think you need to get a new roof anyway, new shingles. Water stains back over here.
Wait. Tom, what are you seeing up there?
Oh, all kinds of fun stuff. Some more water stains right there. In the attic here. You see, I'll see if I can get this so we can get a picture of all the water stains there. So, there's a bunch of water stains all over up here. Like I say, see the water stains there? And like I say, we don't know how active they are. The flashing is probably still leaking. I don't know if and you can throw a little bit more insulation up here if you like. Some more water stains there. And then you need to winterize your whole house fan so it doesn't leak all the heat out of the house. Yeah, I think it's plugged up. You might want to clean that out. Okay, if sump pit's getting water in it here, which kind of sort of supposed to do. But I might want to consider a pump or at least a water alarm here. If this gets too high, you're going to have to get a pump in here, pump the water out of here. In the crawl space. Crawl space needs to be moisture mitigated or encapsulated. Complete Basement Systems has a way to do this. I would have them come out there and give you a bid on this, doing it right, because this is not how you do a crawl space. I guess this thing was on, so it's kind of wet behind here. Okay, when you pull it out, so negative grade. I didn't see a lot of negative grade, a little bit out there. So that's wet, nasty mud fest underneath there. Negative grade underneath your void form here, actually called a grade beam. From outside negative grade, and then you need to encapsulate this whole crawl space. Seal it all up. See all this drywall stuff down here? Something happened. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was for this. I don't know.
I'm guessing it's for that.
Furnace really wasn't done that great. Just stuck on some 2x4s in the mud here, and basically the ductwork and the plenum are touching dirt down here. Not a real best install. If you want to do it right, you can seal up all this ductwork here so it doesn't have the air leaks. Pretty dangerous install of this is your main your main B-vent flue pipes. So this from your furnace. You're going to leak in carbon monoxide over here. Somebody just jury rigged this with some tape. There's no transition. This needs to be fixed, so you could die from this.
Watch out, right on.
Bad install here. I don't like the leak in here. This is a B-vent flue pipe, carbon monoxide. You're supposed to do a foot rise before you do an elbow, so that could have the whole thing an issue. And they didn't even support this in the middle there. See it? Furnaces are made to last about 20 years. In the crawl space, they're short-lived because all the dust and debris, and nobody ever comes down here and changes the filter and any of that. So your furnace definitely needs to be cleaned, serviced, and certified here, and see what they can do with this flue pipe here. I don't like the way it's exhausted. You see your big air leaks all over everywhere in your ductwork here, so you need to seal all that up. You got it running. An old hot water heater's an 83. It's way past, probably 20 years past its life expectancy. Couple issues down here. Methane gas, you want to fill that with mineral oil so the methane gas doesn't get ignited by the whatever that is, the pilot light or the water heater. You have no combustion air down here, and you don't have a thimble up there. You got drywall touching your hot flue pipe, B-vent flue pipe up here. So you got a few snafus with this. That's pretty much the conclusion here, 8419. That's it.